Okey, jadi kita sambung semula dan kita akan tengok soalan combination. Combination statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of financial position. So basically, for your first test, the question is only asking you about statement of financial position. Test 1. Test 2, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income plus statement of changes in equity. Okay, for group project 1, it will be a combination of the three, jadi statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, statement of financial position, okay, together with theory questions. Okay, the same goes to final exam ataupun final assessment. Sama juga, soalan dia adalah a combination of the three financial statement, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of financial position together with theory questions. So group project 1 dengan final assessment, content dia lebih kurang sama lah. Tetapi komponen yang sebenar itu kita dah detailkan dalam weekly lesson plan. Sila lihat balik pada weekly lesson plan untuk melihat apakah komponen dalam test 1, test 2, group project 1 dengan final assessment, dan juga tidak lupa group project 2. So group project 2 dia hanya satu tajuk saja, iaitu tajuk foreign currency. Okey, so kita akan masuk kepada masih lagi kepada fellow subsidiary, tetapi kita ada 3 financial statement ya. Jadi saya akan sharekan tutorial 1.3 soalan 1. Okey, boleh nampak?
Boleh, sir.
Okey, so kita pergi kepada soalan 1 ya. Soalan 1. Jadi nampak kat sini ada kod FAR 610. Ini adalah kod lama. Sekarang ni kod kita adalah FAR 620. Okay. So this one is combined SOP, SOPL and SOCE. Okay. So we start with the first question. Jadi kita memang akan tengok satu soalan saja untuk yang 1.3 ni. Kemudian dalam tutorial ataupun dalam kelas yang berikutnya mungkin kita akan tengok soalan 1.4. Tutorial 1.4. Okay. So, fellow subsidiaries, we have 3 companies here. Galangga Berhad was incorporated 15 years ago as importer and distributor of spices. Importer and distributor. Importer ni pengimport, distributor pengagih. Pengagih ataupun pengedar of spices. Spices ni adalah rempah ratus lah, kari dan sebagainya. In Malaysia. It is currently listed in the main market of Bursa Malaysia. Okay. Ini cerita je lah, sebenarnya tak ada pun dekat Bursa Malaysia nama company Galangga ni. Soalan saja ni. Recently, Galangga Berhad diversified its activities and expanded its operations by acquisition of shares in Aniseed and Clouds Berhad. Okay. Jadi dia acquire 2 company ni untuk tujuan dia apa? Diversify. Diversify its activities. The draft financial statement for Galangga Berhad, Aniseed Berhad and Clouds Berhad for the year ended 31st December 2013 are as follows. Okay, kita diberikan ini 3 company punya statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Okay. Jadi macam tadi jugalah, kita ada turnover, cost of sale, expenses, and then interest paid, sampai kepada profit before tax, taxation, profit after tax. Okay. So yang itu normal saja. Okay. Kemudian kita ada tambahan item iaitu dividend paid by Galanga 9 million. And then retained earning on 1st January 2013. This is opening balance. 1st January 2013, 20,150 ataupun 20 million, 150,000, 130 million and 115 million and 500,000. Okay. Then we are given the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2013. Here we have 3 companies here, Galanga, Anisit and Clough. So we start with property, plant and equipment. Itu tak ada masalah lah. Kemudian kita ada 3 investment kat sini. There are 3 investments. The first one is investment in Anisit. The second one investment in Clough. And the third one investment in Cumin. Okay, there are 3 investment. Okay, for Anisit, it has financial asset, and for all members of the group, they have current asset respectively. Kemudian kita ada ordinary share. This is very important. Ordinary share of Galanga, they have 900 million. Anisit 500 million and Clough 300 million. Okay, another important thing is retained earning. Retained earning ada 33.83 million, 147.36 million and 124.53 million respectively for the 3 companies. Retained earning as at 31st December 2013. Okay. Galanga is having 20,000 ataupun 20 million debentures, and both 3 companies they have current liabilities of 46 million, 12 million and 48 million respectively. Yang ini lagi penting. Information, additional information. The following information is relevant for the preparation of the group financial statements. Okay, A. On 1st July 2010, Galanga Berhad acquired 300 million ordinary shares in Anisit Berhad for 470 million. Okay, can we calculate how much is the percentage? 300 million ordinary share in Anisit. Anisit has 500 million and 300 million was acquired by Galanga. It is how many percent? How many percent?
60.
How many percent?
60%.
300. Okay. 300 bagi dengan 500 adalah sebanyak 60%. Okay. Okay. And the consideration transfer is 470 million. Kita check betul ke 470 million. Okay, betul 470 million. At which date there was a credit balance on the retained earning of Anisit of 150 million. No shares have been issued by Anisit Berhad since Galanga Berhad acquired the interest. As at 31st January 2013, goodwill on acquisition has been impaired by 20 million. Okay, goodwill impaired by 20 million. So, untuk soalan yang bergabung antara SOPL, SOFP dan SOCA ini, kita kena calculate goodwill ya. Calculate goodwill, lepas tu ada impairment of goodwill. Kemudian on 1st July 2011, Galanga acquired 210 million ordinary shares of Clough for 295 million. This is how many percent? $210 out of 300.
70%.
70% ya. 70% ya. Okay, 70%. And the cost is 295 million. On that day, club has retained earning of 100 million. Okay. Jadi betul. Okay. 295. Betul. Okay. C. On 1st January 2013, Galanga acquired 15% equity interest in Qmin for 10 million when the retained earning of Qmin showed a credit balance of 1 million. No shares have been issued by Qmin since Galanga Berhad acquired its interest. The investment is classified as available for sale. Available for sale. So available for sale ni adalah masuk dalam kategori MFRS 5. The fair value of this investment as at 31st December 2013 is estimated at 10.2 million. Okay. Jadi maknanya masa beli 10 million. Okay, 1 Januari 2017. Kemudian 31st December 2013, fair value dia meningkat sebanyak 0.2 million. Jadi dia ni bukan subsidiary 15%, simple investment. D. During the current year ending 31st December 2013, Club Berhad sold goods worth 4 million to Galanga Berhad, making a profit of 25% on cost. Okay. And 1/4 of these goods remain in the inventory of Galanga at 31st December 2013. So what is the issue here? There are two issues. Two issues. The first one is the issue of intercompany sales and intercompany purchase. That is number one. Okay. And number two is unrealized profit. Okay. Unrealized profit. Unrealized profit from the unsold goods. Unsold goods yang sebanyak 1/4 tu. 1/4 time 4 million time 25 over 125. Itulah dia punya unrealized profit. Kemudian E. It is Galanga Berhad policy to measure the non-controlling interest at its proportion to the fair value of the identifiable net asset. Okay. Jadinya non-controlling interest adalah non-controlling interest that is based on fair value of identifiable net asset. Bukan based on fair value of shares of subsidiary. Okay. Ataupun dalam perkataan lain, ini adalah partial goodwill. Partial goodwill. Required prepare the consolidated statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income of Galanga Berhad Group for the year ended 31st December 2013 and consolidated statement of financial position of the group as at that date. Okay. So this question is basically question from MIA qualifying examination. So if you can answer, it means you are qualified to be admitted. To MIA as a group member of MIA. Tapi ini untuk tahun 2013 lah. Okay. So lepas ni kalau dah grad, you nak jadi member of MIA, tak perlu kepada MIA qualifying examination ni. Ini untuk orang yang balik daripada luar negeri. Dia kena ambil MIA punya qualifying examination. Okay. So what we have to do? First, as usual, we identify who is the acquirer. Who is the acquirer?
Galanga.
Galanga. Okay. Who are the acquirees?
Anisit and Clove.
Okay. Yang dua tu lah. Yang lain yang dua. Okay. Okay. Kemudian, when is the date of acquisition?
First July 2010 for Anisi, 1st July 2011 for Clove.
Ya betul. Okay. Lepas tu, apa lagi? Percentage.
%60%, 40%.
Anisit dulu.
Anisit 60%.
Anisit 60%.
Clove 70%.
Kemudian, Clove
20%.
70%. Okay. Is there any preference here? No preference here. Alright. So kita boleh pergi terus kepada jawapan. Jadi soalan ni pun saya nak minta juga awak calculate dia punya revenue dan cost of sale. Revenue dan cost of sale 5 minit saja saya bagi. 9.17 hingga 9.22. Ya. Sebab kali ni ada adjustment ada adjustment on revenue dan juga cost of sale. Jadi kita nak tengoklah dia punya ability to answer Kita nak bagi 5 minit untuk you calculate revenue dan cost of sale untuk kita dapat gross profit. Lepas tu kita akan discuss keseluruhan jawapan. Boleh? Okay, welcome back. Kita dapat revenue dan juga cost of sale. Dapat tak? Ada yang dah dapat revenue?
Tak tahu betul ke tak.
Tak apa. Berapa dapat jawapan dia?
Revenue Sir.
Itu untuk revenue.
122,500.
Okay, cost of sale?
36,250.
Okay, kita tengok ya. Sama tak? Okay, jadi semua dah cuba tadi kan. Jadi turnover tu kita campurkan turnover of the three companies. Okay. Kemudian kita tolak dengan intercompany sale. Itu saja. Kemudian untuk cost of sale kita campurkan cost of sale of the three companies. Kemudian kita tolak dengan intercompany purchase. Amount yang sama, intercompany sale, intercompany purchase. And at the same time, we add back the unrealized profit ya. Unrealized profit 200,000 ataupun 0.2 million kat situ. So, itulah jawapan dia untuk itu. Okay, so kita mula daripada awal. Kita mula daripada awal. Tadi saya cuba nak tengok your ability to answer the question on turnover and cost of sale. Jadi sekarang ni kita balik semula kepada yang awal lah. Yang asal. Okay. So, when we want to answer, so at least we know what is the percentage. Because throughout the answering of the question, we are going to use that percentage dalam kita punya analysis, dalam kita punya calculation of goodwill, semualah. Okay. So, Galangal has direct interest in Anisip 60%, NCI is 40%. Okay. Date of authorization 1st July 2010. The cost is 470,000. Galangal direct in Clough 70%, NCI 30%. Date of acquisition 1st July and the cost is 295 million. And Galangal direct interest in Cumin only 15%. It is a simple investment available for sale and the cost was 10 million. Okay, now we want to calculate the goodwill of Anisip. Jadi kita tutup sekejap untuk yang ni, untuk Clough kita tutup sekejap. Kita tutup sekejap. Hilang dah, tutup sekejap. Okay, so Anisip So Anisip, the first step is to show the consideration transfer. From the question, the consideration transfer is how much just now? 170 million. Sekejap, million ke thousand tadi Semuanya in million kan? Semua in million. Okay. Okay, 170 million. Okay. Kemudian NCI nanti dulu. Sebab kita kena calculate dulu fair value of net asset. So fair value of net asset of Anisip comprise of share capital 500 million and retained earning 150 million. So itu saja, ada dua saja. Jadi kita campurkan dapatlah 650 million. 650 million to find the non-controlling interest multiply with 40%. Dapatlah 260 million. Okay, 260 million. So 260 plus 470 equal to 730 million. Ini adalah fair value of investment. Kita compare dengan fair value of net asset. Kita dapatlah goodwill sebanyak 80 million. Okay, goodwill 80 million. So goodwill 80 million, ada impairment pula on 31st December 2013 amounting to 20,000. And the balance that will be brought to statement of financial position is 60,000 ataupun 60 million kat sini. Yeah. Okay, next. Next is to analyze. Yeah, next is to analyze. Analyze the statement. Analyze the financial statement. Under analysis of financial statement brought down. Analysis of financial statement brought down. Okay, tapi tadi kita dah, sebab saya dah apa, saya dah putihkan benda ni, jadi terlupa ada satu lagi company kita tengok balik. Okay. Kita ada satu lagi, Clough. So Clough pula, kita punya direct investment in Clough, consideration transfer is 70%. So what is the amount? The amount is 295 million. 295 million. Kemudian dia punya fair value of net asset comprise of share capital and retained earning 300 million plus 100 million, altogether 400 million. Dan controlling interest is 50% times 400 million equal to 120 million. So consideration transfer plus non-controlling interest equal to 415 million compared to fair value of net asset 400 million. We get a goodwill of 15 million. And 15 million ni tak ada impairment. So kekallah dia sebanyak 15 million. Okay, kekal dia sebanyak 15 million. Next, kita pergi pada analysis. Okay, analysis just now, we have two non-controlling interest. So the first one is Anisit 260 million. And the second one is Clough 120 million. Okay, kemudian kita teruskan dengan analyzing the retained earning of Anisit. So, Anisit retained earning on 1st January 13 is 130 million. Whereas retained earning on the date of acquisition already 150 million. Jadi sebenarnya from 1st January 13, on 1st January 13, maknanya retain profit dia tu. Bermula daripada 1 bulan 7 2010, Anisit ni sebenarnya tak ada profit. Tak ada profit. Sebab profit yang lama tu lebih besar daripada profit yang sekarang. Maknanya ada loss lah. So throughout the years tu, daripada 2010 sampailah 2013, 1 Januari itu, ada loss sebanyak 20 million. Okay. So loss 20 million will also be allocated to the group and to NCI using the percentage 60% and 40%. So 60% is 12 million, 40% is 8 million masing-masing. Jadi rugi pun kena allocate, profit apatah lagi. Jadi sama je lah, profit pun kita allocate, loss pun kita allocate juga. Okay, what about Clough? Clough ni ada small profit kat sini. Clough retained earning on 1st January 13 115.5. Okay. On the date of acquisition 100 million. So the profit starting from the date of acquisition until 1st January 13 is only 15.5 million. So nasib baiklah Clough ni ada profit 15.5 million. Okay, 70% goes to the group and 30% goes to NCI. So masing-masing dapat 10.85 and also 4.65. Dan last sekali adalah Galanga. Galanga retained earning 1st January 13 is 20.15. Okay, there is no adjustment. So kita boleh totalkan lah dia punya amount of group retained earning is only 19 million as compared to non-controlling interest 376.65. Jadi nampak macam tak berapa sihat company ni, tak berapa sihat. Jadi sebab the parent sendiri pun profit dia tak banyak, kemudian dia ada subsidiary yang pertama pun loss, subsidiary yang kedua pun profit tak banyak. Jadi total ni tak banyak. Okay. Jadi mungkinlah company ni dia perlu improve dia punya situation. Kita tengok pula at the end of the year, analysis of financial statement at the end of the year, adakah ada improvement? Ada improvement, ada improvement, tetapi Anisit masih loss lagi. Masih loss, tapi lebih kecil lah loss dia. Sebab current dia ada profit. Jadi dia dah mula ada profit pada tahun 2013. Okay, so analysis of financial statement as at 31st December 2013. Okay, kita ada NCI kita amount yang sama, 260 dan 120. Okay, and then we have retained earning brought down of Anisit 130 plus profit for the year 17.36 minus on the date of acquisition 150. So now you can see that the accumulated retained profit, post acquisition retained profit carried down is 2.64 million negative ataupun loss, loss of 2.64 million. Jadi tak boleh cover lagi. Kalau dekat sini dia dapat 20 million, dapatlah cover kat sini. Dia jadi kosong. So masih lagi ada 2.64 million. And this 2.64 million will be allocated to group retained earning and non-controlling interest according to the percentage, 60% and 40%. Okay, what about Clough? Okay, Clough, the profit for the year is also small. 9.03 million. 9.03 million. Jadi 115.5 plus 9.03 minus retained earning on the date of acquisition and minus unrealized profit on inventory. Do you remember just now? Intercompany sale 4 million. Okay, 4 million making a profit of 25% on cost. And 1/4 of the goods are still in the inventory of the purchaser. Okay, so 24 million is a bit improvement as compared to opening balance kan, 15.5, sekarang ni 24.33. So 24.33 times 70% is equal to 17.03 times 30% equal to 7.3. Okay, and lastly, retained earning brought down of Galanga. Retained earning brought down 20.15. Current year profit 22.68 and ordinary dividend kat situ 9 million. Ordinary dividend 9 million. Okay. And there is a goodwill impairment of 20 million. So 20 million. Ingatkan dah nak mula profit tadi. Rupanya turun balik sebab ada goodwill impairment. So jadi kita pun boleh nampaklah keadaan company ni. Maknanya the company itself, Galanga, is not that good. Kemudian Anisit is still not making a good profit. Clough, dia dah mula untuk meningkat. Mula untuk meningkat. Tetapi kita nampaklah meningkat tapi tak banyak. Okay, so the group retained earning is 29.28 as compared to non-controlling interest 386.24. Okay, next kita pergi kepada statement of profit or loss. Okay, just now we have discussed turnover. Turnover is 1 to 1.5 million. Cost of sale 35.7 million. Gross profit 85.8 million. Okay. Apa lagi yang kita ada? Interest expense is nothing to do with intercompany. So kekal dia sebagai interest expense 800,000. And then expenses also there is no additional information. There is no adjustment. So we just input here 7 plus 3.5 plus 4.6. And then impairment of goodwill is here 20 million. Profit before tax is 49.9 million. Taxation also there is no additional information. 21 million and 30,000. So profit after tax is 28,870,000. However, there is a new thing here, fair value gain on investment. Fair value gain on investment. Jadi AFS ni adalah available for sale. Available for sale. So fair value gain on investment in Qmin 200,000 and total comprehensive income is 39 million and 70,000. Okay. Now we want to calculate the profit attributable to non-controlling interest. So profit attributable to the non-controlling interest is coming from Anisit and Clough. Profit after tax for the year of Anisit is 17.36 million. Okay, time 40% non-controlling interest. We get profit attributable to NCI from Anisit is 6.944 million. Whereas from Clough, the profit after tax is 9.03 million. But there is unrealized profit of 200,000. So the balance is 8,830,000 times 30% equal to 2,649,000. So we add the two together, 6,944 and 2,649. It becomes 9,593,000. And this amount will be brought here. Profit after tax, 9,593,000 belongs to non-controlling interest, and the balance 19,277,000 belongs to the parent. What about the total comprehensive income attributable to non-controlling interest? There is no change. There is no change, because the 200,000 is coming from the parent. If it is coming from the subsidiary, we need to allocate to the non-controlling interest. Jadi amount yang sama untuk total comprehensive income attributable to non-controlling interest. Okay. So, kita dah selesai kita punya statement of profit or loss. Now we go to statement of financial position. Okay. Statement of financial position. In our statement of financial position, we have adjustment for current asset only. We have adjustment for current asset only. For PPE, there is no adjustment. And then tak ada adjustment lah. We just add together the property, plant, equipment of the parent and the subsidiaries. Goodwill is the balance of the goodwill of the two companies. Okay. Anisit and Clough just now. And then investment in Qmin now is at 10.2 million. Financial asset, ini tak ada perubahan. Current asset sahaja yang ada perubahan. Okay. So, current asset sahaja ada perubahan, iaitu perubahan disebabkan oleh unrealized profit lah. Unrealized profit. Share capital is share capital of the parent. 900 million. Retained earning and other reserve as well as non-controlling interest we take from the analysis. From the analysis. Okay. Kemudian 4% debentures, there is no changes. Current liabilities, there is no changes. Okay, class. Dan last sekali kita punya statement of changes in equity. Okay. Statement of changes in equity kita. Okay. Start dengan balance brought down. Balance brought down daripada analysis of financial statement. Brought down, So group retained earning is 19 million, non-controlling interest is 376,650. And then current year profit, current year profit after tax of the group and of the non-controlling interest is as per calculation that we have done just now. Profit after tax is 19,277,000 for the group, and for the NCI is 9593. And then for the group retained earning, there is a payment of dividend made by the parent, 9 million. But there is no dividend paid by the subsidiary. Therefore, no dividend for NCI. Okay. So another column is available for sale reserve. Available for sale reserve. We have 200,000 here, fair value gain during the year, 200,000. And lastly, balance carried down of the statement of changes in equity. Group retained earning is 29,277,000. AFS is 200,000. And non-controlling interest is 386,243,000. And this figure is actually matched with this one in the statement of financial position. It must be the same. Okay, class. That is all for this question. Do you have anything to ask? Anything to clarify? Are you all okay with this?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we still have another hour untuk hari Khamis ya. Kita ada 1 jam lagi. Jadi insyaAllah kita akan tengoklah soalan apa yang saya boleh bagi pada hari Khamis nanti. Sebelum kita masuk tajuk baru pada minggu hadapan. Ya. Jadi minggu ni minggu yang keempat, minggu depan minggu kelima, lepas tu cuti raya seminggu. Okay, so kalau tak ada apa-apa, kita akan akhiri kelas kita lah. Betul ya, tak ada apa-apa? Okay, kalau tak ada apa-apa, kita stop. Kita akhiri kelas kita pada hari ini dengan surah An-Nas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr. Illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam, sir. Thank you, sir.